Our young male will spend a year and a half with his mother. Then she'll drive her young one from her hunting territory, having bestowed upon him all the tools of the trade. He'll have to find himself a hunting ground. But this creates a problem, for all the gullies have already been divided up among the elders. The young male, in his wanderings, inevitably comes face to face with strong, mighty hunters. Here the boss is a 10-year-old, a leopard at the top of his form. He doesn't as much as wink at the uninvited guest, so self-assured is he in his strengths and rights. Each of the young male's movements shows signs of uncertainty. He moves as if walking on flaming embers. Even so, he heads towards a meeting with fate. Soon our boss loses patience, and he quickly lets it be known that he's invited no intruders. The young male gives way, wanting no fight, for he is too inexperienced to get into a rumble, although he already exhibits signs of an unbending stubbornness, a trait essential to his future survival. Our youth attempts, again and again, to demonstrate a right to another cat's prey. But the boss is steadfast. He's not about to allow anyone else into his dining hall. And if his demonstration of strength fails to impress, there will be a fight to the death. The guest doesn't take to fighting. He is clearly at a disadvantage. And though he attempts to show his independence and indifference, still he moves on. His travels will take him to another pass, and to a next meeting with a powerful male. Securing a hunting territory is a tough task anywhere on the planet. For a young Far Eastern Leopard, securing a hunting territory is an almost impossible task. For the humans have left no open places, no open spaces, on this very narrow strip of land we call the land of the leopard. Dear Vladimir Vladimirovich, we need your assistance. You are aware that Primorsky Krai is a land unique for its wild nature and also a land in need of protection. And what's needed today is to protect the last population of Far Eastern leopards. The leopard must find range on one of 3 protected territories and on a single hunting collective. But these territories are each under a different agency. They are dispersed geographically and all lack the necessary infrastructure, financing, and staff to do the work at hand. These territories include Kedrovia Podzapovednik, that belongs to the Far Eastern branch of the Russian Academy of Sciences. Brosivшие is a federal territory managed by the Ministry of Agriculture. With the reforms of 2005, this ministry lacks the authority to maintain protected territories, and for 2 years the Zakaznik has existed on paper, but without staff and financing. Бросившие Zakaznik is a regional territory under the management of the Primorsky Krai Department of Protected Territories. The Zakaznik's charter expired in 2006, and yet the Primorsky Krai administration has failed to adopt a new operating document. The Zakaznik plays a key role in protecting the Far Eastern leopard, and was specifically created for that purpose. We earnestly request you to assist in overcoming these interagency barriers and to resolve the issue of establishing a single protected territory on Far Eastern leopard habitat under federal jurisdiction. The first step is to shift the Brosivšie Zakaznik to the authority of the Ministry of Natural Resources and to create an independent administration. The regional Zakaznik Brosivšie Plateau should be given federal protected territory status and joined to the Brosivšie Zakaznik. In the future, a federal protected territory with a single staff and common funding would form the basis for creating a Russian-Chinese International Biosphere Reserve as part of the UNESCO project, the preliminary documents for which were submitted to the Ministry of Natural Resources and to the Chinese Forest Service in 2004. All coordination and agreements for this combined protected territory have been completed and were approved in the federal government's environmental impact assessment process. All that is needed is the government will to create this new territory. Sincerely hoping for your assistance, Yuri Zhuravlyov, Director of the Soils and Biology Institute of the Russian Academy of Sciences. Co-signers, Pacific Institute of Geography, the Russian Academy of Sciences, Worldwide Fund for Nature, WWF, Institute for Sustainable Nature Use, Wildlife Conservation Society, Primorsky Krai Foundation for the Protection of the Far Eastern Leopard, Phoenix Fund, Center for the Protection of Wild Nature, Zov Taigi. We remain incorrigible. The tough times of the past are being replaced by the tough times of the present. Something else always seems to take precedent. Each and every time we leave wisdom to the future. But all we are doing is fooling ourselves. We've fooled ourselves, believing that sometime soon a comfortable rocket will carry us off to some new blossoming planet, meaning that here, on Old Man Earth, we can live out our times as best we can. We've fooled ourselves, believing that the sensation of creating Dolly the sheep in a test tube will let us shift the responsibility for the mistakes made in haste today to the shoulders of future generations that we will believe will be wiser and richer, generations that will diligently recreate all that we have destroyed. But this is all a falsehood. Our grandchildren won't be able to turn history around, nor will they be able to make fair all our blunders. For if they indeed do turn out to be wiser, that wisdom will include embarrassment for the irresponsible ways of their ancestors.